Good morning, happy Friday. I hope you're okay. Weather's not too great, to be honest. It's quite dark again today. I feel like not that the nights are drawing in, but the morning is as well. I keep thinking my curtains are drawn, the lights are on, and it's getting very autumnal and a little bit wintry. So how are you all doing today? Are you okay? I hope you're well. I am going to be making some beautiful earrings and pendants with you today. We're going to be using some lovely crystal drops and some connectors too. Really easy make. It is wire, but it's very, very simple, very straightforward to do. They'll make really lovely gifts, and you can just wear them yourself. The necklace I'm wearing this morning will be something that we're going to be doing in a couple of weeks. We've got some lovely Halloween colours and autumnal things for you. So so stay tuned with us. We've got a busy few weeks ahead of us. Good morning, Lucy. Hope you're okay. Good morning, lovely Natalie. Good morning, lovely Lucy. Good morning, Rachel. How are you doing? Rachel, I just want to say congratulations to you, sweetheart. We are delighted for you. Really made up for you. So, yeah, we're all just buzzing. Okay, so I think I'm going to go straight onto the website and show you the goodies that we've got today. Simon has kindly shared our tutorial link for today. He's beat you to it, Lucy. Good morning to you, Camille. Hope you're okay. She says, good morning, Natalie and everybody. Good morning from Dorothy in Glasgow. Hi from Australia. Wow, Kelly. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are global. There is a community all around the globe that just loves shiny things and beads. So absolutely honoured to be with you all the way over there. So thank you for joining us. Good morning, Natalie and my beading family, says Mina. Good morning, Mina, my love. How are you? And good morning to Lynn as well. So we've got lots of you in here already. And I know we've already had a few sales. So you've all been really eager this morning, which is lovely. Good morning, Jean. How are you doing, my love? So yeah, you've already been on the website. I think you've already seen what we've got on offer today. But here it is. So go on TotallyBeads.co.uk, click on the video tutorial link and have a little look. How gorgeous were the diamond bracelets, by the way. So here we are today, the heart pendant and earrings. Have a little click in here and you can see what we've got on offer for you today. Now, we're showing you these 4 different colours, but there are so many for you to choose from. So you can choose today from the aqua, the gold, the hematite, and also the pink AB crystals, which they're just so beautiful. Wait till I show you these. They're just so stunning. Really excited to be working with these today. So if you click in to the view details, you'll see for just £7, you're getting everything you need to make in your kit today. So you're going to get your string of graduated crystal drop beads. You're also going to get 1 reel of your 0.3mm wire. There is so much wire on that reel. You're going to be able to make so many of these. And you're also going to get your chandelier alloy connectors, which are 3 pieces of them, which I'll show you. So they're going to be what we make our earrings and our matching pendant with. And you're also going to get your ear wires as well. Now, the bonus we've got on offer for you today, if £7 wasn't great enough, if you purchase another string of your crystals, you're also going to get all of your chandelier connectors and your ear wires with them as well. And you can add extra colours onto them for £4.50. So absolute wonderful, wonderful bargain for you today. And I will show you them now on the mat. So let me just say good morning to everybody again. So Mina's working from home. Rachel says, thank you, everybody. It means so much. If you are in our community group, on our handmade group, you will see Rachel's fantastic news and lots of lovely people who wish each other well, support each other through difficult times, through ill health, through celebrations. It's a lot more than just beading. It really is a lovely little family. So get on that group. And I also get to see all the makes that you do, which just absolutely makes my day. So hello, Kim. Hello, Sue. She says, good morning, Natalie, and everybody. Happy Friday. Ooh, weekend ahead. There's a surprise, Lucy. Pink is my favourite. And I would never have guessed, Lucy. Rachel is also loving the pink. I'll show you all the other colours you can choose from if you want to add those extra crystal drops. There's so many. Good morning, Angela. She says, made something similar earlier this year. Ooh, we'll share them as well because that might inspire us. I don't think we've done anything like this as far as I'm aware with TotallyBeads before, but I don't know. Maybe I've missed it. I don't think I have. Oh, Jean says she keeps losing the video. Hopefully I'm okay today. Is everybody okay seeing me, hearing me? Do I sound... It looks dark. Again, I've got all the lights on. Hopefully it won't drop out. Good morning, Kitti. How are you today? Judith says, good morning, everybody. Victoria says she is loving my necklace. Well, we're going to be making these. I thought I'd wear it because it just looks so much nicer when it's on rather than when it's lying flat. So I thought I'd give you a little sneaky peek. So they're in a couple of weeks, but yeah, there's loads of variety you can do with these, but we'll get to that in a couple of weeks. Lucy says everything's working fine, and Kim also agrees that it's all okay from here, so that's good. Jean's back again, so that's all right. And Pauline says, good morning, Natalie and all. Sunshine here in Bedfordshire. Well, Pauline, it must be down there with you. It's definitely not here. I think it's going to rain. So let me show you down on the mat, and you can see the goodies we've got for you today. So these are the colours that we've picked out for you, and there is something for everybody. So you've got the hematite, kind of beautiful dark kind of black. I think there's a kind of hint of blue in that as well. We've got the gold. They're a really beautiful gold. There's kind of like it is gold, but it's kind of got a coppery colour to it, which is beautiful. The beautiful blue ones, and you know I love my blues. And the pink ones too. Now we've put the 0.3 silver reel in your pack. Because obviously all of the connectors that you get in are silver, so that's going to match lovely and they will go with every colour. But the crystal drops, I'm going to show you the difference that you can get in the colours, because I really do encourage you to buy an extra string of these crystals. Oh dear, nearly knocked my camera over. That's not good, is it? They must have been weighing it down. Are we okay? We all sturdy? Yeah, as I say, you get that much wire on your reel, you really can make quite a few of these. So just looking at some of the blue ones. So if you were to pick the blue, you could also choose from, I'm going to have so many beads on my table. You could also get a variety of different ones with different shades of blue in them as well. And this one's got like rainbows and golds. So you can see the difference in these. They're just gorgeous. They're graduated, so you get the little ones towards the end of the string and these larger ones in the middle. And we're only going to need a few of these that are on your string. So if you wanted to make additional pendants or earrings, you can do them without the connectors as well. There is an awful lot for you to be able to do with these. And I'm gonna keep going because there is just so many. I want you to be able to see the variety And to be honest, I don't even think we included all that's there. There's just so many to choose from. So these are the beautiful pink ones. And if you wanted to kind of match with additional kind of pinks and reds, we've got those. They're gorgeous. Oh, I'm loving them. Again, more kind of rainbows with purpley pinky colours running through them. And look at the colours in them. Can you see them? Is that looking clear enough for you? There is golds, there's pinks, there's blues. Camille says Christmas lights. They do. Yeah, they remind me of nostalgia and childhood Christmas lights a little bit too, Camille. Mina loves the Christmas red. We're not allowed to say the Christmas word, I don't think, are we just yet? I'm going for autumnal. I'm not mentioning winter. These are the hematite ones, which are on the website for you to choose from. And again, if you wanted to kind of add in extra strings, you can see all of these. Oh my goodness, look at them ones. So these are your proper true black. And these are your hematite. So to show you there is a difference in them. Don't know whether my light is picking them up. But oh my goodness. Why didn't we make with those? They're gorgeous. I'd have to get a string of them. Look at them. And you know, what's going to be lovely with these is when they are hanging on your connectors, either on your pendant or your earrings, they're really going to shimmer. And these are the gold ones. How lucky am I? How lucky am I that I get to handle all these absolute beauties? I'm loving them. I'm loving them all, aren't I? I really do like the kind of opaque transparency. Oh, they're pretty. Oh, I think I'm going to be making with them ones. So if you wanted the gold ones, again, these have kind of got a lovely like peachy warm tone to them. Rachel says, whoops, filled my basket. They would make lovely necklaces too, I think. They really would. There's so many things that you can do with these. And I love the fact that they graduated. Okay. I'd say enough with the sparkle, but no. Kim, you can't have it. It's mine. I've waited my whole life to have this job. It is the best job in the world. I am so blessed. Lindsay's also agreeing that there's got Christmassy twinkly lights to this. And Lucy says she thinks she made a necklace with these crystals. Maybe you did. If you did, share it in the group. Charlotte also thinks they're beautiful colours. There's just so many for you to choose from. So you're getting £7, I think the kit was today. And in that, it's going to come with your string of chosen colour. It's going to come with your heart connector for your pendant, your little connectors and findings for your earrings, your ear wires, and you can add an extra string onto them. And if you do get an extra string of crystals, you're also going to get your extra findings with them as well. So first of all, let's do an earring. So in fact, I'll leave this one here too, and we can choose what size. Now it's entirely up to you which size crystal you want to use, because they're graduated. So they go from little ones to lovely larger ones in the middle. So it is entirely up to you how large you want your statement earrings to be. I'm just going to cut them off my string so we can get them out and have a little look at them. So what I tend to do, I'll bring some in to show you. I'll use the blue one as the earring to look at and the pink one for the pendant. So as I say, it's entirely up to you how large and how small you want to use them. But I try and make them match. So what I'm going to do as in the earrings, want the earrings to match. I'm going to use the ones at the end, the smaller ones, and I'm going to pop them onto the outside of my earrings. And then for the one in the middle, I'm going to use just the next size up. So I'm working off the ends of my string so I can match them accordingly. So they will be what's on my earrings. And then for my pendant, I'm going to use those two of the really tiny ones on the very end, and then I'm going to start graduating this. So the more we come into the center, the larger they go. Now I'm not going to put one on every single little loop on the connector, but you can do if you want to. I'm going to put it on the outside one, miss one, then I'm going to put those on the next one, and then I'm going to miss one, and then I'm going to have one in the middle. And I think I'm going to go for this medium size one because I think that balances quite well, but is entirely up to you. So on one string, if I've made my earrings and my pendant in this style, as I say, you can add more if you want, you've still got all of those left. So you can add them to another necklace. You could have just one as a pendant. You could make some more larger statement earrings. There is so much in this kit. In fact, there's an extra on there. So you're getting an awful lot. But I think you might want the extra string because of all the beautiful colours. Again, I don't know how you're going to choose. We have Kim saying they look like gemstones. They're so pretty. They really, really are. Just love the way they twinkle and they catch the light. So when they're hanging, and you can't see them hanging this way, but there's lovely movement in these. And they're not too heavy. So when I've had them in as a little practice, I've barely even felt that they were in my ears. I kind of forgot I was wearing them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my reel of 0.3 millimeter and I'm going to cut about 15, maybe 16. I'm going to go with 15 centimeters. And you're going to need one piece of 15 centimeters for each one of these that we're going to connect. So I'm just going to move that slightly. In fact, I'm going to move everything off my mat because I do want it to focus today. So just bear with me while I move them slightly. Okay, so I'm taking one piece of my 15 centimeters. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my beautiful crystal drops. And they have little holes at the top of these. So they're not running through top to bottom. They're running through the top horizontally. Can you see? Will it focus? It's a tiny, tiny little hole I'm trying to show you there. Oh, Angela, look at that for a top tip. The little plastic piece that comes with the beads make good back stoppers for the earrings. These. Well, that's clever. Look at that. Yeah, I'd cut it a little bit and then maybe pop that on there. If you have any top tips like Angela's just shared, pop a little T in front of it and let me see. If you've got any questions, put a Q in front of it and we can easily identify it then. That's brilliant. Never thought of that. Okay, so I'm just going to put my wire through that little hole there. And then I'm going to bring my ends together. So I'm finding the center of that. And then what I'm going to do with my fingers is I'm just pushing that wire together, just pinching it gently at the top of that little crystal drop, like that. So these wires are coming together, and it's just pinching around that stone. There is going to be some lovely movement still in that, but these are going to be really secure. They're not going to fall off because we're going to do like wrap loops with them. Okay, then I'm going to take my pliers. Now, if you've got tweezer nose pliers, that's great. If not, I'm just using my flat nose. And all I'm going to do is put just above where I've pinched that, a little bend in my wire. Just bringing it forward, just to add that little shape. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take either my round nose pliers or my bail. You can use bail step pliers, you can use your round nose, whichever you want. The only reason I'm using these is because obviously I'm making earrings, so I'd like to make the loops exactly the same each time. So I'm going to place my round nose pliers or my bail making pliers, and I'm just going to bring that wire all the way around into a little loop. So those wires are coming round the back and making a little loop. And then what I'm going to do, I might just pop my round nose in just to get that flat again. You might need to open it up because what we want to do is we want to add this now to the connector. So I'm going for the furthest loop on the outside of this connector, and I'm bringing both of those tail ends in, and I'm threading that through the loop. As I say, you might want to open it out a little bit just to get that on. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it in place with my pliers just to keep it from jiggling about. And I'm going to start to bring that wire around and just wrap. So we're securing this lovely little crystal in place. In fact, I'm going to use my hands just so they're not getting in the way of the tools. And I'm just going to bring them both round and wrap. So what I'm wrapping is this part of the connector. So it's going to hold it on. Sorry, this part of the wire where I've connected it on. And I'm going to keep bringing those wires all the way around so it covers that little space onto the top of my crystal. And you can do this as neat as you want, as messy as you want, it really doesn't matter. And then when I get to the ends, you can either trim them off if you want, I don't think I need to. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and tuck these little ends up into this part that I've just wrapped, because what I don't want to happen is for it to catch on anything or maybe start to unravel. Now, if you've got tweezer nose pliers, that's great. If not, and you're struggling to get that underneath, where you've got that little tiny hole that you put the wire through originally, you can, let's do it this side, find that little hole, just moving up a little bit with my nails because I've wrapped over that hole, and then just tuck that wire into that hole, and then it will stop coming out. It's really difficult for me to show you this, and also I've got my lamp in my face. So all I'm doing is taking the tiny end I'm going to mess it a little bit just while I show you, and I'm just popping it through that hole, sticking it down a little bit so it goes nicely in. And pop it down with your finger. And I'm doing the same with the other. I'm bending that over slightly and popping it into the hole. Don't know whether you can see this okay, because it's so fine and the light on my crystal is probably making it a little blurry. It's just come out. This isn't as fiddly to do as I'm making it look, because I'm trying to show you it while I'm doing it and not get my hands in the way. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is just neaten that up a little bit, so squishing it in, and if you need to, you can just straighten that wire up. And there is the first little crystal drop. And that's not going to go anywhere. It's really nice and secure. So that's the first. And it is literally as easy as that. So again, I'm going to take another of my 15 centimeters. I'm going to graduate up one. In fact, no, I'll do the outside ones first. Taking my small one again. And popping it through because it's top drilled. And bringing those ends together to find the center ish. I'm giving it a little pinch around the top of that crystal. I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and I'm just going to shape that a little bit by bringing them forward. And then threading those two ends of the wire. Oh, I didn't make my loop. Go back a step. I'm then going to make my loop first by bringing that round my round nose or my veil step pliers. So I've got that lovely loop. If you want to, you can open that up again, just so when you then get to the step that I've just jumped, you're going to put them through. Slide that on. I'm going to hold it in place a little bit and start to wrap that round. So I'm just keeping these two ends together next to each other while I wrap it round, just winding it a little bit till I get to the top of my crystal drop. Again, you can trim these wires if you want to, but I think having the 15 centimeters is pretty much perfect for this size. Might trim that one a little bit. I'm going to take the end and I'm just ever so gently going to put a little bend in that so I can find that hole. Can't see it, there it is. And I'm just going to push that through. You can push it through with your fingers if you like. I am ever so slightly going to trim a little bit of that end off because we don't want it necessarily to come sticking out through the other side. Little bend. Find the hole. Where is it? See, maybe I've just picked the most shimmery, shiny crystal. With this light, I can't see where it is. My son made me laugh yesterday. Was it yesterday, the day before? We got a letter through the post and he loves it when the postman comes. So he's saying, let me see. So he's having a little look at the letter. There you go. Next one on. And he says to me, I can't read this without my glasses. I can't see. I need my glasses. Now, my son doesn't have glasses. He's had his eyes checked and he's got perfect vision. So he's obviously spent a little bit of time with Nanny and he's just mimicking what he hears, which really made me chuckle. But I think today I could do with glasses. Okay, so now we're going for our larger one, which is going to go in the middle. We're doing exactly the same. Putting that wire through, giving it a little pinch. Going to take my pliers, put a little bend in that. So bringing it forward. Then I'm going to make my loop by bringing them round together. Bringing that round one side. And then I'm going to pop those 2 wires through. This time I'm using the very middle central loop in my e-ring finding. I'm going to hold it in place and I'm just going to start wrapping that round. And as you wrap it round, you'll find it just hides those wires that are running through your crystal. And you can just catch the top of it, that little point on the top, which will hold it in place. Just going to bring those wires round together a little bit more so they're not separating out. You might be able to see this one a little bit better because it's larger. So where that hole is, I'm just bringing that wire, that little end, through the top. And then just pushing it down. And that's the wonderful thing about using your 0.3. You're going to be able to get a few ends of your wire through that hole without any problems. I'm going to take the other end and I'm going to cut it off a little bit. And I'm going to do exactly the same. Finding the little hole, just gently guiding that through and giving it a little bit of a pinch to make sure that's secure. And then you can straighten them up. You can even neaten those wraps a little bit if you want to. And it's as easy as that. Kim says she's as blind as a bat. Okay, so that is one e-ring. All you need to do now is get your e-ring finding, open it up. So we're not opening it this way because we don't want to weaken this little loop. We're just going to either move it towards you or move it slightly away from you there. So we're opening it up that way. Threading that on. You need to open it up more? No, that's fine. And then closing that over. There you go. And you'll find you'll be able to make these really symmetrical because you're using the same length of wire. So you're going to get the same sized loops. they're going to go down your crystal drop to the same point, because we're going to find that little hole in the top of the connector. If you can tuck it under the wire itself, then that's fine, but I do like using those little holes because I just know it's in and it's secure. And obviously, because you're using the same size crystals on your next earring, they're going to be perfectly symmetrical. Oh, Angela said I did mine with a needle and thread, but the wire looks good. You can use the thread. You know me, I like my wire, and I like the fact that you know, it's nice and secure because you've made those wrap loops. They're not going to come off at all, and yet I think it looks quite delicate, and you're kind of echoing the silver on your connector. So I'm not going to show you another earring because that's the same. We're going to move up and we're going to do the heart pendants. And again, they're exactly the same process. You're just going to have to decide which size drops and connect you want to connect to them. So I'm going to do this because I think it just hangs lovely. So you're going to take your wire, again, same size, about 15 centimetres. Linda says, what are the ear wires made from? They are nickel free, Linda. Where are they? Where's my other one gone? So I'm not too sure. These ones we've picked out are silver and they match, but they are nickel free, so they shouldn't irritate your ears. If you are, you do suffer from kind of allergies and things like that, you can always coat it in a protector, or you could treat yourself for some sterling silver ones if you like. Okay, so we're taking the 15 centimetres. Shall we start on the outside and go in again? I'm going to bring that through the top of my crystal. I'm going to bring the ends together to find the middle. Pinch it down. I'm going to take my bail step pliers or my round nose, bring that all the way over to make myself a little loop. And then I'm going to put this one on the furthest one, or one closest to the top. You can, if you want, just use your fingers rather than your tools, if you don't want to hold that in place with your tools. But I just think it gives you that extra little bit of stability. So I give that a little bit of a pinch, and then I'm just wrapping that round. Victoria says she has to buy surgical steel. Sorry, I'm not looking what I'm doing there, I'm reading the comments. There is a choice of different ear wires that you can get on the TotallyBeads website. I personally never have a problem with these little ones that we're using. I always think they're nice and sturdy. And they're comfortable to wear, and again, they're really light. Sorry, I'm in shot there. So I'm bringing them round. I think I'm gonna finish them in that side. You're not going to be able to see really where the wires goes in, so it doesn't matter which side you choose to pop them through the hole on. I'm going to find a little hole. But if I had tweezer nose pliers, I'd probably be able to just lift it up and tuck it under that wire there. Just putting a little bend in it. And I do one at a time. If you can do them both at the same time, then that's just extra skill to you, I think. But I want to make sure that I'm getting them in properly. So finding that little hole and just gently guiding it in. I've repositioned my lamp today, so it's very much in my face. I don't know if you can see me at the side, probably just glowing. I probably shouldn't have moved it because this is why we nearly knocked it over before. There you go, so I'm just pushing that in. And taking the other one. And doing the same with that. Tend to find I then stop using my tools and just use my fingers and my fingernail. And then you can straighten up your loop. And even your wrap. And again, we're going to go for a slightly larger one. I'm going to miss this little loop and I'm going to go down to that one. So they're going to be nice and evenly spaced. They're not going to be too bunched up together. So again, go in through the top, bringing them together, give it a little pinch, bring those wires forward, round your pliers to make that loop. Trying to speed this up and do it a little bit quicker now. Bring them through the hole you've chosen. Let's do it without the pliers and see if that makes it any quicker. Wrapping them round the top. I'm not in shot there, am I? Carried away. See, I'm not even using my pliers there, I'm just using my fingers. Gonna trim a little bit of that off. Pop a little bend in it so I can get it through the hole. Obviously the larger ones that you're using are a little easier, I think, I think you've just because you've got more to hold on to. Straighten that up a little bit there. And the largest one in the middle. Bringing my wire through the top. Ends together. Pinching them in. Just going to straighten them out so they're running nicely next to each other. Question, Natalie, do you make wire caps for top hole drill beads? Wire caps. As in the things that just go over the top of them. I don't personally, I'm sure TotallyBeads do. I don't think there's anything TotallyBeads don't sell. I'm not too sure. If someone can help out Victoria with the answer to that question there, maybe I'm not quite following what you mean. Okay, bringing that round again. Taking the two ends, bringing them right through that middle one, all the way round. Either hold it with your pliers or pinch it with your thumb in place and start to wrap that round. So I just want to be covering this little bit of the wire there that's connecting it, just to make it really nice and sturdy. It's like a large wrap loop. I don't know if it's called a bracelet wrap, I'm not too sure. You know me, I can never pronounce anything right. Okay, round the top of my crystal. I'm going to take that tiny tail end, pop that through, and then this one, I think I'm going to give a little bit of a trim. I mean, in terms of measuring, I think I'm pretty accurate if that tiny bit is all I have wasted, I suppose. And I always think it's best to have a little bit more than a little bit less. Pinching them right in, so they're not going to catch on anything, they're not going to unravel, and you can neaten those wraps and loops up by just pushing them together. There you go. So all I'm going to do then is add this one onto that one and do the same again, adding this one onto that one. So I will have a nice kind of equally spaced dangling charm. Like so. And all I've done there is put a little jump ring on the top of this one. So you can, I mean, you can add this to any type of necklace you want. I think it looks lovely just on a chain. And that's it. I won't carry on with that because it's exactly the same. You know how to do it now, you've seen it. Exactly the same process, how to make your pendant and how to make your earrings. So again, your toughest challenge today, apart from finding the little holes, will be what colour that you're going to choose and what you're going to have. Tip. Let me see, Victoria. Artistic wire do cone wire mandrels that make wire caps. I was wondering if they could make caps for the drops. I don't know. I'm sure they probably could. Could you do me a favour? Could you send me a picture so I know what you're talking about? And then I'll be like, oh, of course, that's what you're talking about. Lucy says they're really gorgeous. Charlotte says they're very pretty. Again, really easy make for you to do today. And I think they're going to make lovely, lovely gifts. In fact, I'm going to put one of my earrings in now, just so you can see how they hang and how they dangle. Oh, Mina. She says, I keep taking work calls, so we'll have to watch again later. How dare work get in the way? Look at that. Can you see that? I think they're lovely. They're kind of a little bit boho, a little bit bohemian chic for you there today. I have to put the other one in, aren't I? Otherwise I'm going to forget and then I'll be wandering around just with like odd earrings. Where's my other one gone? I only made one, didn't I? Oh, it's one of those days for me, isn't it? Let's find colours that I've actually... I'll go for the gold ones instead then. Put the gold one. No. No, I want the hematite ones. See, I still can't decide. Can't believe I was looking for an earring I've not yet made. There you go. So yeah, this is me and my earrings, showing you how easy and how lovely they were to make. What we're doing next week. Oh, Mina says odd earrings are in fashion. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a look I could pull off. What we're doing next week. We've had a slight change in the plan. So Monday I am doing beautiful bangles, which I think you may have done similar before. We're going to be using memory wire, but we're going to do something a little bit different with it. So rather than them wrap you as the memory wire bangles usually do right up your arm, we're going to do something a little bit different with them. I've got lots of actually lovely like bracelets and wrap bangles and stuff to do with you. And then we're going to be starting our kind of Halloweeny makes because it's October before we know it. So please join me over the next few weeks and yeah, see all the lovely things that we've got in store. Sue says, thank you for another fab tutorial, Natalie. I really must be brave and try more wire work. So this is really easy. You're not doing any weaving, you're not doing any wrapping other than just winding it round. It's so straightforward. Your earring connectors are already in your kit. So all of the hard work and the detail is done there for you. Absolute bargain today. I think it was £7. Don't forget you can add those extra string of crystal drops into your kit and you will get your extra findings for them as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you next week and I hope you have a very lovely weekend. So wishing you lots of love, lots of light and take care. Thank you. Bye.